You. Happy Friday, y'all. Yeah. Today is July 23rd, 2021. Halfcast number 89. Yeah. Coming up on 100. Yes. Let's do it, man. Let's end this week off right. Going to the weekend feeling good. Ah. Yes. What is up, y'all? So, I am at the 7-Eleven getting my non-alcoholic beverage for this evening. And when I go in, I'm looking at those little, this is how I know that and it's been it's not easy, but I'm changing my eating habits slowly but surely. And I was looking at the the slices of pizza under the heated glass. The hot dogs make my stomach hurt just looking at them. That didn't take long at all. But oh, the hot dogs. Jesus Christ. I haven't eaten one of those 7-Eleven hot dogs in I don't know, a couple years. And I knew it was over when I looked at the jalapenos and it looked like a communal bath. That the water just looked like like people just keep like they keep changing the jalapenos, but nobody ever changes the fucking water. That's when I knew I was done. That's when you know it's over. Like, yeah, when things that should disgust you, when they get back to disgusting you, that's when you know your eating habits are leaning in the right direction. They're starting to change. But these pizza slices on cardboard, they look like little abandoned puppies in the pound that's waiting to get gassed at midnight. They just look so sad. They look so sad. And now I know why people have to be piss drunk to eat food from there at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning because the alcohol keeps the botulism away. The alcohol keeps the food poisoning down, at least until the morning, until it wears off. Jesus. Shout out to my sister. Do you remember that time we went to the 7-Eleven up there on 27 and got those wings? And I think we both had a wing, and while they were hot, they tasted good. But as soon as they cooled down, like not even 15, 20 minutes later, you can smell like that they had to be thrown out. They were just, God, somebody was destined to get sick that night. I'm glad we caught it. Either way, that's neither here nor there. I got some stories for y'all. Who's batting first? Oh yeah, started off right. Oklahoma woman ran over husband with ATV after he asked for divorce. You mean what? What you want to leave me? You want to leave me? Okay. Just stand right there for a minute. Beep, 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 beep. She might have backed it up. In sickness and in health, got a little messy for one Oklahoma couple. Chanel Lewis, 35, has been charged with killing her husband by running him over with an ATV after the two allegedly got into a fight about food. What? According to the Pottawatomie County Sheriff's Office. What were they fighting over? I hope it wasn't 7-Eleven's buffalo wings. I really hope not. Lewis' stepson, Kristen Cornett, told KFOR that she and his father, Christopher Lewis, were at a campground when they started arguing over food before the fight escalated and Christopher said he wanted a divorce. bad time, Christopher. Very bad time. And you know it wasn't the food. He had that in the back of his head for a while now. He just was trying to find the balls to like, over a divorce over food, you look like an asshole, Chris. Stop that. Lewis's stepson. Yo, you were supposed to get her away from anything that can be used as a weapon, sat her down and told her, and just let her work through it. For all that, you might as well gave her a fucking butcher knife and then told her, hold this for a second, honey. Yeah, I don't think we're working out. I want to get a divorce. The fight escalated, and Christopher said he wanted a divorce. That's when Lewis allegedly climbed into the ATV and aimed right at Christopher. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, wow. Look at that mugshot. Woo. Cornette claims she also tried. I would want a divorce too. Like Cornette claims she also tried to hit him and his teenage sister, at which point he punched her in the face. Ooh, her black eye is visible in the mugshot. Yes, it definitely is. Oh, shit. He was a great man and would help anyone in need. Cornette told the outlet about his father. I have 1,000 brothers because he was a father figure to everyone. Lewis's charges were upgraded from manslaughter to second-degree murder, KFOR reported on Wednesday. Wow. Where was anybody to help him when he needed to deliver the message that he didn't want to be with her anymore? Damn. What were they arguing over? I want to know what started. Was it raisins in a potato salad? I think it was raisins in a potato salad. That would be a deal breaker in any relationship. That is like the big joker in any relationship. Raisins in a goddamn potato salad. Or hair. Ooh, hair. Ugh. Next up, delete this. This is fucked up. DA won't charge Utah officer who said you're about to die right before shooting the man. How do you even how do you even say that? I haven't read through. So most of these stories, as you can tell, I don't read through them. I just go by the top line because I like to be just as surprised as I like to be surprised genuinely. The district attorney for Salt Lake County declined to file criminal charges against the Utah police officer who said, you're about to die, my friend. That's straight out of a Clint Eastwood movie. Dirty Harry Callahan, seconds before fatally shooting a man. District Attorney Sim Gill, announced his decision at a press conference on Thursday, saying West Valley City Sergeant Tyler Longman acted within the confines of the law when he shot and killed Michael Chad Breinholt in August 2019. So, okay, let's see what he did. Gill said that under the current state law, Longman's use of force was justified, but called video of the shooting disturbing. If you're asking me to take off my district attorney hat, I can take it off, and I can say that I do feel morally comfortable in the way this ended up here. That there were other ways that this could have been averted, yes, Gill told reporters. If we wanted different outcomes, which is not unreasonable for us to ask, then we need to change the law. What the hell did he do? Reinhold's mother, Susan Neese, told KSL that she's still haunted by what happened to her son, the mental distress he was in, and to have those last words, you're about to die, my friend, when he was clearly not among friends or people who cared or were concerned, that haunts me and will haunt me forever. Wow. Reinhold was killed in the city's police station after he was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol. So you brought him in. How did he when like yeah. The incident, you took him in without conflict, right? Obviously he's there. The incident began just before 7 p.m. when a worker at an assisted living facility called police to say Brian Holt had arrived at the center intoxicated. Gill said at the press conference. So what did he do there? The worker told police that the center security camera caught Brian Holt erratically driving his girlfriend's car and almost crashing into other vehicles in the parking lot, according to Gill. Oh, he was being reckless. Two officers responded, one being West Valley City Officer Taylor Atkin. Gill said. When police arrived, Brian Holt was walking away from the facility. Walking? Do you really think he was like walking crooked? Gill said the officers conducted a DUI investigation, arrested him, and took the police to the station. Uh, Brian Holt, who was in handcuffs, was taken to a small room in the station's basement and ordered to sit in a chair. They made him take a breathalyzer test. He refused the breathalyzer. Okay, so what was he doing that caused for him to die? The district attorney said that while officers tried to obtain a search warrant for a blood test, Longman arrived to help. At one point, Brian Holt complained about not feeling well and asked to be taken to Huntsman Mental Health Institute, noting that medical personnel examined him and found ain't nothing wrong with you, man. You just drunk. They're supposed to just have him sleep it off, bro. You ain't hurt nobody. You get a hell of a fucking ticket. You get a fine. You got to put the thing on your fucking on your stem. What? Brian Holt also told police that he had a gun in his shoe, but officers ignored him because they had already searched him. Oh, here we go. This is just so many things going wrong. Gill said that while handcuffed, Brian Holt took off the shoe and picked it up. When an officer tried to take the shoe, Brian Holt twisted in his seat and grabbed Officer Atkins' holstered weapon, according to the district attorney. The officer yelled, "Holy fuck, he's got my gun, he's got my gun. Great police work, fucking guys." A struggle ensued. You let a drunk man disarm you. He had a drunk man with handcuffs disarmed you. A struggle ensued involving several officers, including Lawman. Gill said the officers were unable to remove Brian Holt's hand from Atkins' weapon. This sounds like bullshit. This sounds like the guy that the only version of the story, the only other version of the story is by the guy that's dead already. That's what it sounds like. They couldn't relieve him. Several officers, a drunk handcuffed man couldn't be disarmed by several officers. Really? During the chaos, Longman hit Brian Holt in the face and at one point is heard on video saying, "You're about to die, my friend," before shooting Brian Holt in the head. Wow. Gill said it was only 7.5 seconds between Longman entering the room and firing his weapon. We believe that Sergeant Longman was faced with a deadly force situation and with it appeared possible unless Mr. Brian Holt. What? Stop it. This man was detained. He was drunk and he would not stop grabbing Officer Atkins' gun from his holster. What the fuck? Longman told investigators he feared for his life and heard the urgency in Atkins' voice when he struggled. So there's no fear in your voice when you confidently tell somebody you're about to die, my friend. There's no fear. If you're scared, you're not going to say a goddamn word. You're just going to shoot. There was no fear. This is bullshit. And I'm glad I was about to skip this story. I'm glad I chose this shit because this just sounds like the only opposing side of the story is told. It's a very likely, yeah, it's too likely. The decision brings a close to a challenging chapter for all involved. We are grateful to our officers who diligently served our community each day and in the face of possibility, difficult decisions consistently do their best. Get the fuck out. You were incompetent. You couldn't take if he was, yeah, you couldn't take an inebriated man and subdue him. You had him detained and you still, it took, come on. This isn't Mayberry, fellas. Join Tiger Schultz or something. Jeez, this fucker off my page. You can say anything you want because the only guy that could really disagree with you is fucking dead. So the story could say, yeah, the victor writes story. The victor writes history, right? I'm not gonna fall for it. Next up, oh, come on, Files. I just paid you, Files. Don't you play with me. God damn it. Get freaky with me. FBI. Hold on. Okay. FBI assistant director faulted for misconduct around romantic relationship. Yeah. Strangers in the night. Yo, this is what I believe is something like with the COs in jail and that's in the prisons and like all correctional facilities and stuff like that. And I'll tell you how I think this is somewhat similar is because if you work for the FBI, which is another very demanding job, it's a very demanding job. Like it's just not really with the FBI, depending on what your typical position is, you're not just going to get your 8 hours and go home. You're often like away from places. You're doing like a lot, especially if you in the field or if you in another like that. Yeah. So the lines between your professional and your personal life can get very blurred. And if you spend enough time in the office, you're going to see a man or a woman that you're attracted to and vice versa. I mean, so you can't really like you gotta expect, and they tell you like relationships and all that, but come on, I'm there more times than I'm home. I can't really party the way I want to. I can't hit a social scene. So I see Agent so and so, and she looking kind of right around the hindquarters. Maybe I might want to ask her out. You know what I mean? For a non-alcoholic beverage. A senior FBI official violated agency policies in her handling, of a romantic relationship with a subordinate. Oh, whoa. According to Heavy, hubba, hubba. According to findings of the Justice Department's Inspector General, and the Bureau's disciplinary office is now weighing what, if anything, to do about the findings, according to current and former law enforcement officials familiar with the matter. So what did she do? She went on a date? What was it something that's like obviously if whatever happened had to be consensual, if anything. Jill C. Tyson, who has a close working relationship with FBI Director Christopher A. Wray in her role as Assistant Director for Congressional Affairs, was criticized in a report issued Thursday by Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz. Well, that is a mouthful. DIGMH. There's no acronym for it. How do you? I'm not going to say that. I don't care if you're my boss. I'm not going to address you with this. It's just going to be like general or inspector. You can't expect me to say that every time, 6 times a day. No, the inspector general did not name Tyson, but concluded that the assistant director was engaged in a romantic relationship with a subordinate and failed to timely report the relationship in violation of FBI policy. Why would it be your business? Eh, FBI, it could, you know, um, pillow talk and all that crazy stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I would say pillow talk. You don't know, like, yeah, y'all talking about shit that y'all probably shouldn't be talking about while y'all in bed. Could be, could be. Multiple people familiar with the matter speaking on the condition of anonymity to discuss a sensitive personnel issue said the person in question is Tyson, one of the few women in a senior leadership role at the FBI. So what? She's not a. Come on, stop that. You don't get in a role of leadership just overnight. They don't that's not a role to be fast tracked. So damn, she spent all that time working to get that high and she wants to go out with a date. She wants to go on a date with some Jesus. Like let the girl, god damn it. Just the pressure. The pressure. The inspector general investigation also found the assistant director allowed the relationship to negatively affect an appropriate and professional superior subordinate relationship and to disrupt the workplace by interfering with the ability of other FBI employees to complete their work. Oh, she was making them earn that A. You're not going to get any special treatment from me. You're going to work for everything, every little piece of leeway that I give you. But yeah, employees to complete their work. This sounds like somebody was just hating in the office. They're not supposed to be talking to each other. You see how close they are with each other. Why am I? Why am I not close with the assistant director? That sounds like somebody they sitting around a fucking water cooler hating and shit. Tyson referred questions to the FBI press office, which declined to comment. A spokeswoman for the inspector general also declined to comment. God damn, let the girl get her booty wet. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let the girl get her booty wet. What the hell is wrong with you? I get she deserves some type of reprimand um for not coming forward like yo me and so we've been dating, we're seeing each other, so I'm just heads up. Know what I mean, okay, I get that, but to just want to flip her title and her role and call all her work into question and her abilities to do and to think straight and perform and all that, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. The only thing she should be reprimanded for is not coming to them sooner with the relationship. And that's how I feel. Damn it. It would be cool for me to date an FBI agent because I would always ask her about the X Files. Can you show me pictures of aliens? They would have me detained. Then they would probably shoot me for falsely reaching for somebody's gun and pouring alcohol all over me and saying I was drunk. I don't know. Maybe that's how it would play out. Okay. What is have them die elsewhere? Florida homeowners yell at man trying to save neighbor's life on their lawn. A Florida man was introduced to two very kinds of neighbors this week. All right. Oh my God. This is sick. One of them is being held as a hero, which possibly saved his life as he convulsed inside a car, which rolled down into the lawn. What did he OD on meth? He stopped them from a meth. Maybe he should have, which rolled down into the lawn of a family who, instead of helping, yelled at them to get off their property. Get your ass off my lawn. Get off our lawn. That's what he said. The homeowners reportedly said, get the man out of here. Have him die somewhere else. God. The shocking incident happened Monday as a lawn worker identified only as Tony was walking to work in a Palm Beach County community. According to the local sheriff's office, the man spotted a neighbor having a serious seizure. Yo, shout out to him for knowing what somebody having a seizure looks like. Yeah, shout out to him for real. And immediately rushed to help him, going as far as to try to stop the moving car with his own hands, authorities said. Yeah, yo, Tony saved a neighbor's life. Without thinking twice, he ran up to the rolling car, grabbed the fender, tried to stop it from rolling. Okay, you're doing too much, Tony. You're doing too much, Tony. Deputies wrote in a Facebook post, it ran over Tony's foot, but thankfully he had on steel toe boots. Damn, Tony. He jumped in front of the car. Really? The car finally stopped on the neighbor's lawn, but the driver was in terrible shape. Inside the locked vehicle, according to the post, Tony screamed and begged the neighbors to help him, but the homeowners were apparently more worried about their grass. You fucking pieces of shit. Tony, who recognized the driver from the neighborhood, ran to his home and alerted the man's wife. Emergency workers arrived at the scene moments later and treated the driver. Thank you, man. There are good people out there in this world. Don't you ever forget it, children. After recovering from the health care, the unidentified neighbor called the sheriff's office asking for Tony's phone number so he could personally thank him. The man said, I want to talk to Tony. He saved my life. Dope shit. The sheriff's office also shared a photo of Tony calling him a true neighborhood hero. Whoa, nice. Nice. See, there are good people out here. Yeah, man. They like, yo, get off my lawn. Like, yeah. What's wrong with these people, man? You could always get new lawn or whatever. Illinois become one of the first Midwest states to allow over-the-counter birth control. In the Midwest, yeah, over-the-counter birth control until they pull another Breaking Bad and find out how to cook meth out of it. Yeah, this meth makes you grow boobs. Illinois become one of the first Midwest states to allow over-the-counter birth control. And I joke, but I think this is good because I don't know, for it depending on what the age, yeah, like I would say if girls of a certain age feel like they're about to become sexually active, then to go and talk to like go to a pharmacist or whatever somewhere where it's confidential and you talk to them and you get it over the counter. That way you don't have to like have everybody in your business about what you're doing. I think I don't know because I've never been a girl before, so I don't know. But I would think at that part in your life, that decision, you would like to keep it as intimate and personal as possible. And like sometimes going to parents, they're gonna make it because I don't know, they might just make it worse than it really is. Like yeah, instead of just teaching you about safety and I don't know, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Definitely will it definitely will give independence to probably help young girls and even if they have boyfriends, you bring your boyfriend on it. Yeah, we come unless we're gonna get these and you discuss it together. It's a step towards being more responsibility, being more responsible, having more control over your own teenage pregnancy. Maybe yeah, and if for those folks out there that's like anti-abortion that doesn't want abortions, this probably would be a right step in that direction with having teenagers who are sexually active to discreetly buy their own birth control and not probably have to come with their parents or anything. I really don't know how that works, but it sounds good. Sounds very good. A new law signed this week by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker will allow residents of the state to access birth control over the counter. The law signed by Pritzker on Thursday will go into effect on January 1st, 2022. The legislation mandates that state regulated insurance covers birth control and aims to make sure contraception remains affordable in the state. Cool. It allows pharmacists to provide 12 months of hormonal contraceptives such as birth control pills, rings, and patches without a prescription from a doctor. And I would like to also hear like maybe that they give a couple classes, some I don't know, maybe online courses. You could take the courses in private, something like that, to properly know how to learn how to properly use them. Or yeah, I'm all. Hey, I think this is a great idea. To let this legislation that I'm signing into law today makes Illinois one of the first states in the Midwest to provide birth control over the counter, making contraceptives all the more accessible and affordable in our state. Yeah, in 2019, when I signed the Reproductive Health Act into law, I said that in Illinois, we guarantee as a fundamental right a woman's right to choose. Today, we take yet another stand to fulfill that promise. Good shit. I fucks with it, man. I fucks with it. And not to, I don't want to get on this soapbox here, but for people that's like against these people out here that's against pro-choice, is that there there's always going to be pro-choice because even if you choose to keep the baby, that's still a fucking choice, isn't it? So there is only pro-choice. Now I mean, whether you choose life or if you choose adoption, if you choose abortion, if you choose whatever, it's all pro-choice. There is no like, yeah. So the fight eats its own damn tail. But yeah, I had to throw that in there. Yeah, and Ben and Jerry's. No. Today we take another the new law makes Illinois the eighth state to offer access to birth control over the counter, joining Colorado, California, Hawaii, New Mexico, Oregon, Tennessee, and Washington. Sweet. Yeah, it's a step towards like, yeah, yeah, I just think it's a great idea. Delete that. What is this? Get rid of this too. Take a sip of what is this? Vitamin water? Because this is my last story. It's been fun, y'all. Yes. What we doing on time? 32 minutes. 30, 35 minutes. Sweet. Gonna go play me some Magic the Gathering, like the big geek that I am. Alabama cop resigns 11 weeks after he was convicted of murder. How is this? He resigns. He's not, yo, this doesn't say he got fired. He resigns. An Alabama police officer guilty of murdering a suicidal man resigned from his department Friday. So what was this? So what was this? So what so if you waited 20 more minutes, you would have just like, yeah, you didn't you oh God. What did he do? Because if you really felt like you had to do that much, couldn't you just been like, well, just you can always jump. I don't really need to discharge my weapon for you to jump. Like yeah, and just say it like this, like, yo, you can always jump. Yo, just come down. Don't worry about it. You can, yeah, you can just take the plunge. Nobody's really gonna. I'm not gonna stop you. Just hey, don't do anything rash. Think about your family. Jump, jump, jump. In Alabama, Huntsville cop William Ben Darby was convicted on May 7th in the murder of Jeffrey Parker in 2018. However, he kept getting paid because he had accrued so much leave time. These fucking guys. That came to an end Friday when Darby voluntarily resigned. The Huntsville Police Department told local ABC affiliate Wade, WAAY, pardon me, Darby's resignation came exactly 11 weeks after his conviction. So, well, does he still get his pension and all that? Like, police officer William Ben Darby, 28, damn, he's only 28, faces between 20 years and life for the murder of Jeffrey Parker in 2018. You probably gave him what he wanted. It was probably suicide by cop. He probably just baited you right into it. Parker called 911 on April 3rd, 2018, and told operators he was armed and suicidal. Yeah, it sounds like suicide by cop. Officer Janisha Pegway responded to Parker's home first and tried to de escalate the situation. However, Darby arrived second, told Pegways to point your fucking gun at him, and fatally shot Parker within 11 seconds of entering the house. This is exactly what he wanted. How did you not see this? This was not in his training? The girl that the first officer on the scene, she was doing things by the book, and then he comes in, hey, point that gun at, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Up to the point, yeah. Obviously, the man, as a outside of being armed, up until the point that he shot him, the man really had committed no real crime besides having a gun, and fatally shot Parker within 11 seconds of entering the house. An innocent man was murdered. Prosecutor Tim Gann said at trial he called for help and he got Ben Darby. Ben Big Gun Darby. The city of Huntsville said it couldn't immediately oust Darby because of firing policies and procedures that require his placement on administrative and then accrued leave. Darby's sentencing is scheduled for August 20th. He just bust in the door. He didn't even get an assessment of the situation. He didn't say anything. He just told the officer to point your fucking gun at him, and then he ain't go, what the fuck? What? Like, oh, he didn't even, what? Did he even act? It doesn't even say he asked the guy to drop his weapon. He didn't try to talk him down or nothing. He gave this guy exactly what he wanted. He got Ben Darby. Jesus. Suicide by cop is a real thing. And he gave him exactly what he wanted. Damn, that's messed up. Wow. That being said he faces between 20 years and life for the murder. Damn. That being said, I'm going to wrap it up. If you fucks with the show, hit me on Twitter at Rise and Shine, RYEZSHYNE, or Halfcast AJ, which is more of a page that has just like everything is dealing more with the podcast. HALFCASTAJ on Twitter. You can hit me on Instagram at Taco Meat 05, TACOMEAT, my Babylonian whore of a page. I'm cleaning it up. Or you can just hit me on Messenger at Avery Johnson. Yes. Fuck with y'all guys. Wear your mask. Stay away from Ben Darby. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Adios.